This is another 30-minute workout. We're going to start out with some open tones. First, though, I want you to think about the space you have. Often when we play, we stay sort of in this general range. First, we're just going to take our right arms and pretend, you can almost pretend that you're in a bubble, and you want that bubble to increase to about 3 times your usual size. So imagine it's big enough that if you swing your bow, the very tip doesn't quite hit the bubble in any direction. So just do a big arm circle. So first we're starting with arm circles, but now I want you to think from your feet, from your hips. Even if you're sitting on a stool, you can do this large range motion. Feel like your whole body's doing it. Make a giant circle and think of this extending in every direction. So you have all this space. Now we're going to come down, bring it all the way down with your full weight and just draw it as a down bow. Release it in the same direction. Come up, come down again, down bow. Full body movement. Everything is this huge connected circle. Your entire body is part of this. Your torso moves, you're grounded in your feet. Draw through, connect. One more big one on the D string. Now we're going to do up bows. You can come a little bit slower so you don't stick your tip between the strings, but come down again, big motion, and the follow through is important here. Let it follow through all the way, huge circle. Feel that you have ample space in every direction so you can really be expansive. That's the important thing here, is that you just feel like you have a lot of space, room, allowance to move. Okay, now we're going to do drones. Basically, 4 beats in each direction, down and up. First will be on the G, then the D, then the A, then E. So 4 beats on each. 1, 2, 3, G string. 1, 2, 3, 4, up bow. D string. Full body. Follow through. A string. E string. Again, starting on the E string. 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, up bow. Full body. A string. D string. G string. Now we're going to experiment with some placements of the bow. I'm going to get my A string in tune first. 1 second. Slipping. Okay. We're going to think about this as 3 positions. Just under the fingerboard is 1, middle is 2, and very close to the bridge is 3. First, we're going to start out on the A string. We're going to do 2 beats per bow. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Position 1 is where your bow is placed. Position 1, 3, 4. So 1, 2, up bow. Keep doing this. 2 more cycles. Okay, now stop. We're going to do 4 beats in the middle. So this is position 2, I'm calling it for today. 3, 4. Slower bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go. Now we're going to go to position 3, which we're calling today, close to the bridge. 6 beats. Let the resistance of the string work for you so you can go slower. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up bow. 3. Now we're going to go to the D string. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now moving up to position 1, 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So that's just bringing some awareness to our bow contact, bow speed, and just the resonance of the instrument. Next, we're going to do some things in G major. We're going to start out with right hand emphasis. So we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2 on each note. 3 and 4 and. It's going to be 2 octaves. And resonant. So that was quarter notes. Now we're going to do eighth notes. Again, just up and down 2 octave scale. 1 and 2 and. Now triplets, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. The faster we go, the less bow you use. Keep the same bow speed, but just less. 16ths, 3 and 4 and like that. 3, 4. So that's just a simple right hand warm up. Now we're going to do the left hand version. So first we're going to do eighth notes, which is going to be 2 slurred, 1 and 2 and. The right hand always stays in quarters, so it's just moving back, whatever subdivisions we do. So eighth notes, up and down twice. 3 and 4 and. Triplets, so 1 and 2 and we're going to do this 3 times so that it works out. So keep wrapping it around until the end of the 3rd time. We'll end on a down bow. 3 and 4 and faster, be aware of your left hand, what we call a frame or position. If you're doing pivots, that will be one thing, but for now, if you're just doing straight shifts like what I'm doing, keep your hand as efficient as possible. Fingers close to the fingerboard, shifts are fast and clean, but no flyaway fingers, no excess motion. Just keep it nice and close. We're gonna do 16ths, up and down twice, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Let's do that one more time. I notice for me sometimes 1 or 2 notes start going out of tune as I go faster, so I'm just going to pay attention to that and see if I can dial them in. 3 and a 4 and a... Okay, now we're going to do sort of a double stop exercise, but we're going to start it as a diatonic exercise. So thirds, it's going to sound like this first. So we're going to go all the way up the scale, and then once we get to the end, shuffle the G, and then we come back like, that'll be the pattern. 3 and 4 and... Next version, we're going to do it in position, so make sure you keep everything closed. Everything's going to be in position. And this time, do it with vibrato. Get a nice tone. So we're going to go that speed, but get a good vibrato on each note. 3, 4. That's the prep. Now we're going to do the double stops. So for the double stops, we'll do single notes first and then combined, just like this. And then together. Since the lower note is basically our scale, focus on that one. So it's basically we ground on the first note, find the harmony here, but still ground on the lower note as we go up. Here we go. 2 octaves. 3, 4. Then half note, A and C, B and D, C and E, and so on. Shake out your hand if you need to. Now we're going to go ahead with some rhythmic variations of the scale. Let's change though. We've been on G for a while. Let's go to C major. What should we do? Let's just get familiar with it with eighth notes, up and down twice. So 3 and 4 and like that. 3 and 4 and... Rhythmic variations, which is a little more interesting than just doubling or tripling the speed. So what do we want to do? So 16th, so it's 16th dotted eighth. 3E and a 4E and a... Let's flip that, so that'll be like that. 3, 4. Now, one thing that can be very tricky in a lot of the music we play is really delineating triplets with the duples. So let's do a triplet version of this. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then we'll go back to 16ths just to keep the two clear. So triplets. 3 and a 4 and flip the rhythm, so it'll be 3 and a 4 and now what other rhythms could we do? Back to 16ths. Yeah. So this is going to be up and down 3 times because we're doing a 3-note pattern to make it work out. So again, it'll be 6. So it's a 16th, 8th, 16th, like that. 3 times up and down. 3E and a 4E and a... Let's do 8th and 2/16ths. Like, there we go. 3 times up and down. 3E and a 4E and a... to try today. So, so this is again is what we're practicing is almost like sprints and then a little time to slow down and a sprint. It gives your brain time to process what's going on. So 4/16, 2/8. Let's do it twice up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. I guess we could have done it one more time, but that's fine. Now let's do a little spiccato. It's just good to have a little bouncing going on every day just to find that. So go to your balance point, either French or German bow, right around there. We're going to do 4 notes, 4 times per note. So it would be, this is the slow side of spiccato, but let's try it. Up and down once. 3 and 4 and what's the next one? I want to go a little faster, but I like keeping the metronome at 60 just for ease, so that feels like a more comfortable speed for spiccato, so we'll do 6 tuplets. So 6 on each note, up and down once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're going to do one more at that tempo. We're going to do backwards bowing. This just helps us work on evenness, because if you can do it backwards even, you can generally do it the other way even. So we're going to start up. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the next pattern. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Da 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 dun, da 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 da. 3, 4. You might notice I'm starting all of these slightly off the string. I usually place it on the string and then I bring it up maybe an inch for this stroke and drop it from there. Now we're going to do the backwards, starting up, same pattern. Bump, 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 bump. 3, 4. Let's do one little vibrato exercise just to bring awareness to your left hand. We're just going to do a 1 octave C scale, closed notes, medium fat vibrato, but connect every note. Don't drop out and then play. Keep it going note to note. Here we go. Quarter notes. 3, 4. Now we're going to do it on the 2nd octave. Your vibrato will be a little faster, and a little narrower just as the pitches get higher. Here we go, 3, 4. Let's look at that very top C. This is getting into solo range. Almost Kusevitsky beginning off by a half step. Let's just first try with a medium vibrato, like this. 2, 1, 2. Let your forearm do the motion. Now let's do a more intense one. Pick whichever finger you want. If you want to be on 3, 2, 1, whatever it is. Now we're going to try very intense. We're just going to do this for a short bit, but 1, 2, 2 notes per bow. 1, 2. And then release. So usually we don't play that intense all the time, but it's good to just start pushing your vibrato in that direction. Last thing we're going to do is go back to whole tones. We're going to start on the G string, 4 beats, D, A, and E, just to get us back to where we started. Again, remember your sense of space here. Sense of space. You're allowed to fill up all the space and you have room to expand in all directions. 3, 4, G string. 3, 4. D string. Position 1, 2 beats. More expansive. A string. D string. G string. One more time with this. Just really feel like you have a lot of space. 1, 2. D string. Lots of ease. Lots of room to move. Let it ring. So that's our 30-minute warm-up for now. As I hope you can see, there's a combination of order to the warm-up, different sections we do, long tones, large movements, then starting to work on the right hand, starting to work on the left hand, some bow strokes, and then coming back to the large motions. But within that, there's always room for creativity, for trying things out, doing things somewhat differently. So for me, it's always important to have that combination of structure, focus the whole time, but have some structure, but then have some room for you to experiment, try things out technically, sonically, sort of almost your playground as well as a technical workout. So for me, it's important to include both of those things in order to stay fully engaged in the warm-up. So I hope that gives you some ideas to make up some of your own, and you're always welcome to check back with the ones that I'll be posting.